You might even have one of these smaller whiteboards. Now, there's nothing wrong with this, but that's the old way. This is how we do it now, okay? This is the new interactive whiteboard. Welcome everyone, this is Kenneth Macker, Associate Director of ENS Security, and I wanted to bring to you guys our new video. This is our new product line. This is gonna be our Diamond Line whiteboard. This is a smart interactive whiteboard. Let's go ahead and let's take a look. This is gonna be a short video. We are gonna be producing a longer video that's gonna be covering the setup, it's gonna be covering installation, and it's gonna be covering every port that's in this. What you're seeing right now is the 86-inch. This is also available in 65-inch. We're always looking at the latest and greatest, so we're bringing in the whiteboard. This fits perfectly into our product lines. We carry cameras, recorders, cables, power boxes, you name it. So this is just another one that we're adding to our product line. Very excited to show you some of the special features about it. Let's go over some of the great features about this interactive whiteboard. First and foremost, it's 4K. Everything these days is 4K. Same thing over here, 60 Hertz. We do got the 4K camera on the top. We got the 12 array microphone system, able to capture any kind of sound throughout the room. Doesn't matter if you're in the front of the meeting room or in the back of the meeting room. We also have stylus, okay? We also have a 20-point touch. And let's go over some of the other features. The interactive whiteboard does come with the wall mount, but we also have an optional stand, okay? So it's gonna make it much easier to be able to roll it through different classrooms or to different meeting rooms. We do have an Android 9.0 system, that's the operating system. We also have an OPS, which is basically a tower that's built into the back of the interactive whiteboard. That is optional as well too. Other than doing meetings with this, one of the biggest things that you're gonna be using is gonna be the whiteboard. So let's get into the whiteboard, some of the functions on it. So as you can see, low latency, all right? That's very, very good. If you've used any traditional whiteboards, you know that there's a lot of latency on it. So it's very, very responsive, all right? You can also zoom in. If you need more room, you can zoom out, put more stuff over here. There's also different pages that you can add, okay? So if you wanna make a couple different whiteboards, you can as well too. Let me go ahead and activate the multi-touch. And as you can see, now we have multi-touch, all right? So this is great if you're having a couple different people in front of the whiteboard and you basically, let's just say it's a classroom and you have a couple of the kids up in the front, they can be doing multiple things at one time. In order to erase, you do have the erase function, okay? But if that's too slow for you, you can double tap it again and you can either circle the area that you want to erase or you can just slide to erase. Some of the different functions you have on the writing is gonna be, you can change different colors. You have RGB mode so that you can fine tune it to the exact color that you want. You can make it darker, you can make it lighter. You can switch the brush on it to make it a little bit thicker. And a really cool feature on this, if you go to insert, you can actually add tables or graphics. So if I wanted to add a table, I can put that in. You need to resize it, you can resize it as well too. Another function that you have in there is gonna be the graphic. Inside there, there's a lot of options, a lot of shapes that you can do. Let's go ahead and let's pull one out for a second. You can go ahead and you can resize it. You can turn it around. A lot of different options with this. And to share this with anyone in the room, it's very simple. We just want to go into sharing. It's going to generate a QR code. Anyone can bring their cell phones over and they can go ahead and they can scan that QR code. If you need to encrypt it, you can encrypt it as well too. Now we're gonna go into the browser. As you know, most applications these days are browser-based. So we're gonna go ahead and we're going to the browser. We already have it loaded up on our ENS YouTube page. And just wanna show you the quality of the video. Now let's take a look at that 4K video. It's in 2160p. And as you can see, very bright, very vibrant. All right, we do got 4K 60 Hertz. And let's go ahead and let's look at the camera. So you can see we're gonna turn it on. Hey Julian, say hi. One of my favorite functions on the whiteboard is that you can do notation at any time. Okay, so I have it turned on right now, and if you needed to have any screen, imagine there's a PDF, right now we're on our marketing page, you can just go ahead and you can make notations on it and you can share it as well too. Now, one of my favorite functions on this is that you can have multiple people stream into the system, okay? It does allow 4 different devices to stream in at one time so that everyone can collaborate together. And you can use basically everything. You can use your Apple phone, you can use your Android phone, you can use a PC, you can use a laptop. So there's multiple different ways where people can collaborate. This is great for meetings. when everyone kind of wants to show the work that they're working on. So whether you take the 65-inch or the 86-inch, one of my favorite things is how much real estate that you have to work with right here. Now, one app for this much real estate is great, but one of my favorite functions, we're gonna go over and we're gonna go into the settings and we're gonna go over to split screen mode. This is probably something that you've seen on your cell phones before. So I can pull up one app, it'll be on the left-hand side. I can put the whiteboard on the right-hand side, and I can go ahead and I can take notes as maybe you're watching a video, maybe someone is showing something on their screen. So with that, you can also resize it. I can make one side larger, so it takes up 75% of the real estate, the other one's taking up 25. Or if I wanted this to be bigger, I can move this over to the right. All right, this is a very common function that is in laptops, PCs, cell phones, and when you're dealing with a real estate this big, it's nice to be able to have that option of having two apps up at one time. Some of the other settings that you'll see in this, let's go ahead and let's open that up, is you do have a stopwatch. So we're gonna go ahead and put on that stopwatch. We can put that on. Now imagine if kids are taking a test and you wanna see how fast they're doing it, you can pull this up at any single time. Other functions that you have in this is gonna be screen record. Okay, so if you want to record this and provide a training session for maybe other kids or for employees, you can do that as well too. We also have a quick toggle for the camera, and we also have a calendar that you can pull up at any time. Now for others to join in, it's very, very simple. You're just going to want to go on the screen share mode. Okay, everyone pulls out their cell phones, their devices, they scan that QR code, and it's that easy. If they don't have access to a QR code, you can always put in the PIN code as well too. Now let's talk a little bit about what traditional meeting rooms have. All right, you might have an overhead projector, you might have a TV in there, you might even have one of these smaller whiteboards. Now, there's nothing wrong with this, but that's the old way. This is how we do it now, okay? This is the new interactive whiteboard. Out with the old, in with the new. Kids will love it, your employees will love it. So who is this for? Traditionally, you're gonna think that this is just for meeting rooms, which works great, right? It definitely spices up and makes it a little bit different than your traditional boring meeting. You can have people come up and you can interact with it. But one of the biggest industries that have been reaching out to us is schools. It looks like California is the slowest in upgrading their whiteboards. They're still using overhead projectors. I remember those from the 80s. So basically, we've been getting a lot of inquiries for that. But think about it like this, for installers, for integrators, if you're already doing commercial buildings and you're already offering cameras, you're offering the recorders, why not add this to your repertoire? Every single commercial building already has a meeting room, and they probably have an older whiteboard there. So offer it, it's a great upgrade, and I think that they'll love it. So that about wraps it up. Once again, this is Kenneth Macker. Make sure you're liking or subscribing us on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. You're going on our webpage. We're always updating you with the latest and greatest. And if you need one of these, make sure you're contacting your ENS rep, okay? Catch you on the next one.